Hey everybody, welcome to the Hamakua Homestead. I forgot my earrings on. Ta-da! Okay, now I'm ready. Hey everybody, welcome to the Hamakua Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today we are water bath canning. Today's recipe comes out of one of my very favorite books, the Ball Book of Canning and Home Preserving. That's not what it's called. The Complete Book of Home Preserving. My coworker gifted me a big old bag of oranges and said, "Here, make a video." Anywho, I was gifted this big old bag of oranges and she said, "Here, have a bag of oranges, make a video." And I said, okay. So after digging through my canning books, I came up with after digging through my canning books, I decided I wanted to do honey orange slices. The suggestions on how to use this are to put them in tea for the most part. Also, it says that you can use it in a salad dressing. You can use it as a salad dressing, add it to your vinaigrette dressing, or just put it on a salad and sprinkle with candied walnuts. That's fancy. So fancy. Really, the intentions that I have for this particular one are mostly to add it to tea, especially if you're feeling a bit under the weather. So many interruptions. I apologize. Anywho, I plan on using this for tea, and then also I want to try it as a meat marinade with pork or with chicken. We're gonna have a bunch of meat chickens coming up here in the next few months, so I'll have lots of opportunity to experiment. So we're not using any kind of thickener, a jelly maker, or like a pectin. So I feel like it's safe to double this recipe, but don't quote me on that. But that's what I'm doing today. You're gonna start off by making a spice bag. Use a piece of cheesecloth and put inside of it 3 cinnamon sticks, a teaspoon and a half of whole cloves, and a teaspoon and a half of allspice. I might not have needed to double the spices for what I'm doing, but that's what's happening. It might be strong flavors. You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. See what happens. Let's try it. Some of the cloves might fall out. It is doubled up. Doesn't look like it, but it is doubled. Okay. It's cute. I think it's cute. Set it aside. And set it aside. This recipe says 2.5 pounds of oranges, so I'm gonna do 5 pounds of oranges. 2 ounces off. We'll call that good. It's fine. Ooh, that orange smells good. That orange smells good. Before you get started, you're gonna need to slice up your oranges. I think you could do this really any way you want, but I'm gonna slice mine in the way that I saw my friend Lisa over at Sutton's Days do when she did this recipe. I think they're gonna look really pretty in the jar. Please excuse the dehumidifier, dehydrator in the background. I busted out the dehydrator today and I'm drying turmeric from my yard. It's very exciting. After you've finished with your orange slices, combine 1 1/4 cups sugar, 1 1/4 cup liquid honey, as opposed to crystallized honey, I suppose. I put oil in the measuring cup before I put the honey in, and it is working pretty darn well. And just keep in mind that I am doing a double batch. And 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Bring this mixture to a boil over medium heat, stirring occasionally. Add in your Add in your spice bag and your orange slices. Reduce the heat and gently boil until your orange slices are tender and caramelized. Glazed, not caramelized. Glazed. This should take about 40 minutes. So I think it's going to definitely change as the moisture comes out of the oranges. The liquid level is going to come up and help cover the oranges a little bit better. So we're just going to go ahead and keep this on a low temperature. We don't want to burn our sugar because that'll just make it taste bitter and gross. And then we will check what it's like in about 40 minutes. Don't just walk away from your pot. You've got hot sugar happening, and you want to make sure that you get that nice, glazy, awesome sweetness all over those oranges. While you're waiting for your oranges, make sure that you get your hot water canner ready and your jars washed up. Now it's time to start the canning process. Ooh, ooh, When I make videos like this, I like to put my earbuds in and jam out while I let you guys watch what I'm doing. Gotta put my earbuds in. I'm jamming out to Epic Gardening. How about that? Not sponsored. And now it's time to jar it up. The sun is bright. Make me look white. Wow. Take your orange slices out of the pot, placing them inside your jars in any fashion you want. I'm choosing to make them look layered and pretty. Ooh, so pretty, ooh, so pretty and bright. You want to leave a 1/2 inch headspace. Next, you're going to pour your liquid into your jars. Be very careful. It is hot syrup, sugary mess, leaving a 1/2 inch of headspace. Remove all the air bubbles and adjust the headspace if necessary. You can do this by adding a little bit more liquid if you need to. Sometimes when you debubble your jars, the solids kind of sink down with the air escaping, so you'll need to top it off with liquid. Clean your rims very well, preferably with vinegar to cut through all that sugary goo. If you leave any of that sugar, or anything at all for that matter, on your rims, it might interfere with the lid sealing to your jar. And then at that point, what's the point? You've just ruined your jars by them not sealing, and then you can put them in your fridge, but then you're taking up all your fridge space and they're not going to be shelf stable. So what's the point? Moral of the story, clean your rims. Put on your rings and your lids fingertip tight. Ensure that your water is at least 1 inch above the top of your jars. Then bring it to a full rolling boil and process for 10 minutes. Now, after your 10 minutes is up, turn off your heat, remove your lid, and wait 5 minutes. We don't want to bring the temperature of our jars down too quickly, so this ensures that it will gradually come down from its super high heat so you can take them out without your jars breaking. Because again, what would be the point? After that, you can take your jars out of your canner. I recommend not putting it directly on your countertop. I like to use a cutting board covered with a towel. This ensures that your jars will not damage your countertop and they won't cool down too quickly like on granite, because granite is cold. We didn't do a taste test. And now we wait. We're gonna leave this to sit out on the countertop for 12 to 24 hours. And then at that point, you can go ahead and remove your rings, test your seals, wash your jars, label them, and put them up on your pantry shelf. Scared me. You will notice that I have 12 jars in total. I don't know if canning the extra syrup was an approved thing to do or not. But I figured if it's safe to can with the oranges, it's already got the orange juice, the lemon juice, etc. I think it'll be okay for me. Again, that's just for me. Do you, boo? But when I was doing a double batch, I ended up with nine half-pint jars. The recipe said that I would end up with 3. Since I doubled it, I should have ended up with 6. I ended up with 9. Just a little information for your information bank. I hope that this encourages you guys to step outside of the box. When somebody gives you a bag of oranges or a bag of lemons or a box of tomatoes, look it up and see what you can do with it. It might turn out to be something really cool. And that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Hamakua Homestead. I'll see you again soon.